These Japanese beauty products went viral for a reason. Or maybe it's just good marketing. I'm back with my OG series, Tina Tries It, where I test out viral beauty products so you don't have to waste your money. None of this is sponsored, but to the brands that make it to the top of my list, hi, I have 2 kids to feed. This is the Heroine Make Long and Curl Mascara. People have said this is the world's most stubborn waterproof mascara, and I think they're right. Guys, this thing is so hard to remove. I am not kidding you. It is like lash cement. Whoa. If I keep going, this is gonna keep lengthening, but I think it'll look too spidery. But guys, like, look at that. Oof, mind blown. Do you see the difference? Itty bitty lashes, and then bam. I was gonna put lash extensions on today, but I don't think I even need it. I love how fast it is to build up my lashes because the wand is like a bigger size. I usually prefer smaller sizes, but hey, I am kind of vibing with this one. It's fast, it's efficient. Inside there's 5mm long fibers, which helps to add length and volume to your lashes. I find that with this, I'm able to build up my lashes quite quickly. Like, I don't need like a gazillion swipes. If you're someone who has straight, short, hard to curl lashes, this mascara is for you. It will stay and hold its curl in place no matter the weather, if it's hot, humid. The waxes in this sort of like form almost like a hairspray that keeps your lashes in shape all day. This won't give you panda eyes, and it doesn't make your lashes feel super crunchy or dry because it has added argan oil. I'm usually very loyal to my Clio mascara. I think a lot of you guys know that. It's my OG, but after testing this out, I'm gonna say it's up there. Both mascaras have a very deserving place in my makeup bag. The big difference I would say is the brush on this is not as small. It's hard to detail with this brush, whereas the Clio, you get that nice, clean girl, natural looking lash that's more crisp. In saying that, if I was running a marathon, if I was like wanting something that's almost like bulletproof, I would reach for this. But I do need to warn you guys, do not try to remove this with warm water and your cleanser. You need like a heavy duty cleanser, specifically their remover. Their speedy remover is a godsend. I feel like that is another viral product on its own. It's a mascara dissolver, and you just literally brush it onto your lashes, give it like 30 seconds, and it melts that stubborn waterproof mascara away. I've even used it to remove false lashes. Like, it's so hard to get rid of that glue, but this works wonders. I've got false lashes on. I don't need to rub my eyes furiously to get rid of the glue or mascara. I actually like this more than the mascara itself. If you're someone who regularly uses waterproof mascara, I suggest you try this out. You don't need to tug and pull at your eyes. Both of these are definitely worth checking out. It has to go to the top as take my money. Next is this little gold bottle. I'm totally gonna butcher the name of this. It's the Hada Labo Gokujin Premium Lotion. Actually, that wasn't so bad. This is like a super affordable hyaluronic acid lotion. I want to call it more like a serum-like toner. It has a thicker viscosity, and inside there's 8 types of hyaluronic acid in this thing. So if you're someone who is dehydrated, if your skin is so thirsty, it needs a good drink and something that will plump it up, keep it hydrated all day, definitely try this out. A makeup artist used this on me, and I was like, okay. So I checked it out, and guys, like, definitely worth it. I brought this to New Zealand in the cold weather, and my skin did not feel dry. It didn't crack, it didn't peel like it normally does. Skin saver, seriously. There's no filler ingredients in this, so no fragrance, no colorants. As you guys know, hyaluronic acid is a humectant, meaning it takes moisture from the surrounding area to plump up your skin. Guys, I'm like halfway through this. Such a nice hydrating step. It's so thick, but so hydrating. I loved it so much. I got the Pro Aging, the retinol version. This one is not as hydrating, but it does have like added retinol for those of you who are concerned about signs of aging. It doesn't take too long to absorb. What I like about this is that I don't need to layer multiple layers of like an essence or toner to get that deep hydration. One layer of this will do, and it's a thick viscosity. So you might be kind of confused if you're used to using a more watery toner or even like an essence. Even though it's thick, when you apply it on, it actually gets absorbed fairly quickly into the skin, and then you would apply like your serums and moisturizer on top. Honestly guys, this is one of those few products that I think every skin type can benefit from. They do have different formulas and like different colored bottles available, like one's more anti-aging, one's a little bit like less thick. There's different variations, but the gold is the viral one. It's so affordable, and I'm already like down to my last bit, so it's definitely going to be taking my money because I'm buying another one. Next we have the most famous lipstick from Japan, and it's the Kate Lip Monster. This has an interesting texture and formula. It applies on like a balm, but it leaves the pigment and kind of stains like a tint. This glides on so beautifully, and after you apply it, you want to like resist from smacking your lips and let the film form, and that's what's going to give it that glossy sheen. But as you go about your day, the film will rub off, but the pigment stays. I got myself 2 shades. The viral shades are number 5 and 13. 13 was sold out, so I decided to get number 3 instead. Both of these are really beautiful colors. I reach for them all the time. They are long wearing, but they're not transfer proof. I know this because I kissed Lila before school, and then her teacher ended up sending me this photo asking what this mark on her face was. I do find that when the glossy film transfers or kind of like vanishes throughout the day, my lips feel dry, so I need to reapply this or another balm on top. But the pigment, it stays fairly well. I think this is great for like dry lip girlies, though if you have very flaky chapped lips, this isn't gonna save it, but it definitely feels better than a traditional bullet lipstick or something matte. It's definitely worth checking out. I definitely want to get more colors, so for this, it's gonna be up top to take my money. Everything's like at the top so far. Am I being too generous, or Japanese products are actually really good? I feel like everyone has this cream blush because I see like influencers and everyone using it all over TikTok. So when I got it, I had high hopes. It's got like that squishy jelly-like texture. It feels like a cream, but when you apply it on, it sets like a powder. So what's really good is that you can apply it after you apply your base and foundation before you set, or you can even apply it after you set. So I like that about it, but I think it's the color that I chose, guys. Why did I choose this color? It's just not flattering, or maybe because these are known to be like a glowy, almost like a highlighty blush, and I just think I'm more of like a matte blurring blush kind of girl. I really wanted to like it, but as like a solo blush, I just think maybe dewy all over is making me look, I don't know, it's not as flattering. I prefer to use this on top of another blush color, like a matte blush color, and instead of using a highlight shade, I would go in with this shade to tap it on to give me that nice pinky sheen, so it gives me a more natural highlight instead of like this. Like I think that's too much. I prefer my highlight or dewiness on specific points. If you're someone who likes that dew, likes that overall glow, then you might enjoy this. If you're super oily, have lots of texture, and you don't want to be highlighting all the texture, you can see my pores and little bumps in the sebaceous glands when it's highlighted like this. So the color payoff is okay, it's not bad. I think some people say it's a little bit too natural, but honestly, I guess if you're comparing it to Rare Beauty and Western blushes, the color is not gonna be as intense, but I think that's nice for those of you who want a natural sort of everyday look. Honestly, it's because of my poor color choice that I'm gonna rate this like, didn't really deliver for me. It's kind of low. I don't really reach for it much, but in saying that, it is quite affordable, so I think I will give another color a go. I think they have some colors that don't have so much shimmer in them. I might like those better. They also have a highlighter product that went pretty viral. This is the Munyutto highlighter. Again, it's got that like bouncy gel, creamy to powder texture. What I like about this is that it's not like a chunky glitter. It's very fine, and it almost gives your skin that wet look. So if you're not a fan of super glittery highlighters, definitely try this out. I think it really works well on the eyes, inner corners, and you can use it on your cheeks, obviously. This is very popular in Asia, and yeah, I definitely love this more than their cream blushes. This highlighter it's intense. So same sort of like squishy formula. However, I feel like this one feels a little bit like cooler to touch. It's like not like a chunky glitter. It's very fine. It's very smooth. Gives you that wet look. I actually prefer applying it like on the eyes, like the inner corner. Like the payoff is real with this. For the cheek, like I don't want a stripe, so I suggest like just being very light-handed and tapping this highlighter in. I will say that it's very easy to go overboard and look too much with this product because the highlight, the payoff, it's real. It's real. Like that's pretty intense. I just don't know why. I'm just not a fan of their packaging. Whenever I reach for this, I feel like I'm using like Lila's toy makeup or something. It's just very flimsy, but I mean, it is quite affordable, so I can't complain, though I am clearly complaining. In terms of ranking, I think this is a pretty solid highlighter. If you've ever been to Japan, you will see this basically everywhere. It's like people bulk buy this or something. So obviously I had to try it out. Apparently this is the #1 hair mask in Japan. You apply it after you shampoo your hair and you squeeze out all the water and moisture, and then you apply this on top for about 5 to 10 minutes. It's supposed to be great for like porous hair. So if you find that your hair is more dry, it doesn't really hold on to the moisture, maybe it's been bleached and damaged from color, this one is supposed to help recondition that, give it that sort of like natural shine, make your hair look a little bit more expensive and glassy. It has liquid crystals that help fill up those like patches in your hair cuticle, and that's what gives it that shine. Now I think for me, because my hair is short, I feel like using this was more of a hassle because of the packaging. Like you gotta dig your fingers in it and then apply it on. I think I just prefer something you can just squeeze out. It's much easier. And obviously if you're using this in the shower and it's open, like water can get into the formula and then like kind of compromise it. I let my hair dry naturally because I feel like if I styled it or straightened it, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a before and after, because the styling would obviously make it better. So I wanted to see what the mask would do for me if I let my hair naturally air dry, and you can see the natural texture here. It's definitely soft. It's smoother, less frizzy on the ends. I don't know if you can tell from before, but usually my ends are a little bit more like puffed up. Looks smoother. It's a little bit shiny as well. Also leaves a nice scent on my hair. I have seen a hack where people put this into like a pump tub, and so just to pump the product out. That makes sense to me. I think, yeah, it's a good product, but honestly I think there's better masks out there. For me, this is gonna be a mid because I don't want to reach for this. I don't want to get all the product stuck in my fingers and dig through it. So yeah, I think if you have long damaged hair, you're gonna love this a lot more, but for me, my hair's not too bad, so it's more of an inconvenience for me to use this than just like a normal hair conditioner. This is one of the most popular Japanese vitamin C products. As you guys know, vitamin C is an antioxidant. It's great for brightening the skin, fading dark spots, but vitamin C is a tricky ingredient because it can kind of be unstable. Most of the time, I think you'll notice that a lot of brands, their vitamin C changes color over time. If you've ever used like a serum or something, maybe it starts off clear and then turns to like an orangey shade, maybe even brown. So what's really interesting about this is how they formulated and what type of packaging they used for this product. The tube itself is an aluminum tube and the tip is so small and fine, so that doesn't let air through, which keeps the product stable. Usually when vitamin C touches the air, that's when it oxidizes and changes color. And then when you apply it on your face, it's not as potent or as effective as a fresh formula. I'm having a great week. This one's kind of healed, this one's very fresh. I'm gonna pop the vitamin C just a little bit on there and just on some of my other dark spots. For me, I like to use this on certain spots. I find that it works well on hyperpigmentation that's newer, not like deep pigments that have been there for a while, like melasma. This won't really get rid of that. If you've had breakouts and they've sort of like turned into just dark spots and you want to sort of fade that, this is a great product to use. The only thing is that it feels oily. It feels like a dry oil, not like a watery serum-y type. I only like to use it at night, but you could use it morning and night if you really wanted to. I just don't like that oily feeling in the morning, especially when I'm applying like makeup over it. When I use this, I use like literally the tiniest amount. It still feels very full to me, but I've been using this for a couple months. I think a tube like this will last you a while because you don't need a lot of product and the product is stable. If you have sensitive skin, maybe you want to try something like this, but only use it every second or third day to see if your skin can handle it. But generally, a lot of people do rave on about this. For my skin type, I think this is a solid product. This little pink bottle right here is the #1 setting spray in Japan. It's the Kose Make Keep Mist. This is a oil and water formula that you need to shake up really well. Before buying this, I was pretty skeptical, like how good could a setting spray be? So I only committed to the small bottle. There is a bigger bottle, and now I'm kicking myself. Like, why didn't I just buy the bigger bottle? Because I'm already halfway through this little one. When I say this is a mist, I mean it mists your skin. It doesn't like spray or doesn't feel like a hose or droplets on your skin. It's actually very fine and misty, which is great for covering your whole face. Once it dries, I like to go in with an extra layer just to really lock everything in. I find that 2 coats of this really locks in your makeup. So if you're wearing makeup like morning to night, or you've got a wedding or something crazy in the hot, humid weather, do 2 coats. But if you're just out for a few hours, 1 spray will do. Guys, this is my skin after a long day. What? Unlike Western sprays that have a high content of alcohol, those sprays can kind of feel tight and a little bit like restrictive and drying. With this one, you don't get that. Because it's biphase, it creates like a flexible layer or coating around your skin. So as you express and move, your makeup doesn't crack, it doesn't feel tight. So it's very comfortable. And also if you're not wearing makeup and you just want something that protects your skin, I live in Asia, so I feel like the pollution is quite bad here. I like to spray this on just as a protective layer so that there is a barrier against all that grime and my skin. I guess I'm gonna rate this take my money because I need to get the bigger bottle ASAP. This product is interesting. This is the Club Suppin powder. I think a lot of people on TikTok just use it as a setting powder. But after doing some research, this is actually a 24-hour powder that you can sleep in. It's basically a skincare infused powder. You can wear it over makeup to set it. You can wear it without makeup, just on bare skin to give you a more sort of like blurred, polished look. You can even wear it before you go to bed. Say you just don't like that sticky skincare feeling. You can basically like set your skincare and you can wear it as you sleep. You can see the texture here. Compared to this side, it looks smoother. I actually don't have foundation on today. I just have a bit of concealer. So this is what it looks like. Apparently you can sleep with this powder in. It's so like natural. Personally, I just use it to set my makeup, and I find that it's a nice powder. It doesn't dry the skin out, and it does give you like a nice blur mattified look. Now, a reason why it doesn't feel drying is because it contains beauty oils. I will say though, I don't like the smell of this. It has a strong scent. It's almost like a florally rosy. I don't know, I feel like the scent is a bit too strong, and I'm a person that doesn't mind fragrance in their products, but I don't know, I feel like setting powders, you guys should just be unscented. Now with the whole bare skin application, honestly, I am not one to use this on bare skin or after I apply my skincare. I don't mind looking all shiny and glowy, but when I did my research, I think it's more targeted at a younger audience that's not really ready to apply like foundation and makeup. They just want their skin to look fresh, or people that sleep over. Say maybe you're staying at your man's house and you're not gonna wear makeup, you want to look fresh in the morning. You can use a product like this to give you almost like a very soft, natural filtered effect. For me, I don't really care if my husband sees me in all my glory. We've been together for so long, so I just personally use it to set my makeup. This is a solid powder, don't get me wrong, but the scent just puts me off it, so it's going down to mid for me. It's just personal preference, guys. The packaging is cute though. It's kind of like one of those retro tin powder makeup compacts. This is a palette from Canmake. The name of it sounds so fun. It's the Plumpuku Coordinate Eyes. It's basically a small palette designed for your under eye, like the lower lid, to create that aguilar look. Aguilar is where you sort of like highlight and contour the lower lid to make your eyes look like they're smiling. It's a very popular technique in Asia, in Japan, in Korea. Inside there's a highlight shimmery shade, a matte highlight shade, a deeper contour shade, and a sparkly glitter shade. This is designed for the lower lid, but you can actually use it all over. Like I use it to complete my whole eye makeup look, though it is very tiny. It is so small, and that's the thing with this brand. Like Canmake, they just make very compact, small, toy-like makeup. This makeup just feels like a little kid's toy to me. This is going to be great for those of you who are a beginner and you want to try out that aguilar style trend, because sometimes that technique can go really wrong if you don't know what colors to choose. So this just makes it easy, fuss free. The colors are there and they're quite natural and it gives off a more believable look. It does come with like a little eyeshadow sponge and a brush, but guys, it's a toy. It's so like flimsy. I prefer to use it with my actual brushes. This is not gonna cut it. Not saying that you can't use it with this, but I think you get a better result with other brushes. I got shade number 3 and I really like this tone. I think it's very natural. It's definitely worth checking out. It's a solid product and it's so affordable. Guys, I think I'm a big fan of Japanese beauty. You cannot skip on the good ones. Most of these were a hit, to be honest. That's it to this episode of Tina Tries It. Let me know, do you guys want to see part 2 of Japanese products? There's plenty more. Check out my other videos if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new here and I shall speak to you guys next time. Bye!